Hi all, Brad Wright from the Single Malt Whisky Club here, and this month we're heading to Launceston Distillery to try another of their lovely fruity whiskies. This time a peated expression. In fact, this is the first peated Aussie whisky we've ever featured as a malt of the month. Now, the Launceston Distillery is relatively young for a distillery, established in 2015. The building it sits in on the outskirts of Launceston Airport, by contrast, is of great historical significance. Hangar 17 was built in 1933 by Tasmanian Aerial Services. Eventually, TAS became ANA, or Australian National Airlines, and that company became Ansett. So Hangar 17 could rightly be said to be one of the homes of Australian civil aviation. So in 2015, Hangar 17 became the home of Launceston Distillery. Head distiller Chris Byrne has certainly got a fantastic pedigree in the brewing and distilling industry in Tasmania. A former pharmaceutical quality analyst, he spent some years working at Boag's Beer as brew team leader before stepping into the role of Nant Distillery's founding distiller in 2008. In 2011, Chris left Nant to begin the journey of establishing his own distillery. And so this month, we're pretty stoked to be offering a specially bottled peated expression from Launceston Distillery. Exclusive to the Single Malt Whisky Club, this whisky is aged in bourbon and tawny casks at the ratio of about 80-20. The malt is a combination of unpeated Tassie malt and peated Scottish malt, bottled at 46% and only 357 bottles in existence. As I said before, this is the first peated Aussie malt we've featured as malt of the month, and it stands apart from the last couple of Scottish peated whiskies we did in 2020, as it has little to none of that salty, savoury sort of qualities that really characterise the Islay whiskies that we tried. This Launceston is much more fruit driven, with the peat manifesting as a mildly smoky presence, but with none of the iodine or tar or burnt rubber that some people automatically assume comes with a peated whisky. So anyway, enough chat, let's drink some whisky. There it is, Launceston Distillery, special edition peated, for the Single Malt Whisky Club. Colour, look, it's a lovely colour, somewhere between copper and rose gold. Just beautiful. I hope you can see that. Let's have a taste. Pop. So on the nose, it's sort of a dusty antique furniture quality. Some sort of sweet orange marmalade and a fresh floral, sort of minty note almost. On the palate, yum. It lightly coats the mouth with a light oiliness. There's a medium level of sort of peaty mussiness cuts through a sweet, buttery, honeyed crumpet. And there's a splash of vanilla and a bit of spice on the side there. Not much, just a little bit. And the finish. Oh, yum. Finish. Nice and long. It's kind of a lengthy roller coaster of smoky and sweet notes. It's long. A little bit warming in there. And chewy. It just keeps going and going and going. Yum. Really nice. No huge peat hit here. No hospitally or tarry notes. It's a nice sweet whiskey with a little smoke to frame it. Very easy to pour a second, although I won't. Alright, our members' small batch extra this month is the Iniquity Batch 20 we featured as the malt of the month last month. The Iniquity Batch 20 is an exclusive release for the Single Malt Whisky Club, and we're excited to make the only remaining bottles in Batch 20 available to our members. Batch 20 is made up of 3 casks, 2 first fill sherry, and 1 first fill port cask from McWilliams. Unfortunately, this is all I have left after the New Year's weekend of my batch 20, and I'm still waiting for a restock. So I'll reuse the review from last month. This is a lovely whiskey, fruity, chocolatey, a little spicy, and with lots of plum pudding flavours. Anyway, here's my review. As you can see, it's a lovely liquid bronze. See that? Just beautiful colour. And here it is. There's that colour again. Lovely. On the nose, it's quite complex with lots of fruit, mixed peel, and some chocolate and espresso coffee notes. The palate's a bit lighter than the nose would indicate, but still packs a lovely buttery mouthfeel that coats the abundant fruit notes nicely. There's plum pudding there and more of that chocolate. Yum. And the finish, there's a lingering mild spice in the back of the palate, fruit mints on the side, and it fades out with milk arrowroot notes. Sort of maltiness. That's delicious. Iniquity Batch 20, 46% ABV. It's an absolute champion. All right, so there it is for January. Our malt of the month from Launceston Distillery, an exclusive bottling of their peated whiskey. And of course, some more of that Iniquity Batch 20 from Ian Schmidt and the Tin Shed Distilling as our small batch offering. Till next month, this is Brad Wright from the Single Malt Whisky Club. Slanjava.